Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jimeron, and today is going to be a pretty quick one because this is a very well-known game. Chances are that most of you already know what this is about, but this is Diplomacy is Not an Option. And it is still in early access. It is developed by Door 407, which is my area code, which is pretty nice. And it released in early access in February 9th, 2022, so it's been under development for a while, and hopefully there's going to be an end to that tunnel. But the developers have been releasing development diaries quite often, so I'm quite confident that this is going to see the end of early access hell. But what is Diplomacy is Not an Option? It is one of those sandbox RTS, not RTX, not NVIDIA graphics card, city builders where you kind of build a city around your home town hall. Again, you have to balance your population with resource production and food production and an army building and defenses and all that good stuff, while you kind of get shafted by the enemy once in a while where they send an attack unit out, and the more that you play, the bigger those attack units become, and you have to keep building on your defenses and your resources, and it can become quite a challenge, and there can be quite the large armies coming at you in different directions. So this is definitely not the only genre of this, the only game in this genre. However, I do appreciate how this game gives you the ability to kind of turn it into a totally accurate battle simulator, kind of, because when you do sandbox mode, you can kind of select a lot of cheats that will let you do that. So before I get to all of that, first things first, we're going to get into the options menu. For the game options, we have a few nice nuggets here. My favorite one is the 1 minute autosave interval. You never know when you're going to have a power outage or whatever, or your game crashes, especially in early access. Your computer decides to take a shit. This is good. I definitely appreciate this option right here. Some other options to kind of help reduce the clutter, so you can toggle the health bars on and off constantly. You can only have them showing when they're not full, and all the good stuff. I really like this option right here. Diplomacy, no, is not an option. Off. I was like, wow, you can have diplomacy? I thought it was not an option when I was first looking through the settings, and what do you know? It was never an option. Always has been unavailable. So this is a good Easter egg. I like that. For video, you have a fairly healthy amount of settings for a game like this. Honestly, you have a select display option, which I believe the first time I launched the game, it wanted to launch on my secondary vertical monitor. So it's good that this is there. You got some screen modes, resolution, refresh rate, HDR, and all that good stuff. Anti-aliasing, you have SSAO, fidelity effects, super resolution, which is good. Good. The performance is amazing. It's not graphically the most advanced game, however, so it's to be expected. Sound, you have separate sound sliders for master volume, music, effects volume, notifications volume. You might want to turn this one down because when a research is complete or you're under attack, the voice really wants to let you know. And then you have some control options here, which is really nice to see. A lot of keys that you can rebind. Some you cannot. Let's go back. You have a few game options right now. The campaign is unfortunately only 2 missions right now. Endless mode and challenge mode has a few presets, and sandbox mode, of course, you can do whatever the fuck you want. I did play the first mission of the campaign. I haven't done the second one, but it's pretty much what you would expect. You kind of have the standard defend these waves and a few side objectives that you might want to complete. So it's strange. They have it planned out. Promise. I mean, it looks pretty well thought out, and I would be very excited to get back to this once it releases fully. So we're gonna look at that hopefully when the game is done. You got challenge mode here. You have a few options that you can choose from, which is really nice. You know, it kind of gives you the ability to do what the advertisement screenshots kind of gives you, which is pretty nice. It gives you the challenges here. Obviously, I have not done any of them because I've been kind of messing with the sandbox mode, trying to see what the game has to offer. You got endless mode, which kind of is like a survival mode. You have to pick a scenario here, and then you kind of go from there. I have been doing the sandbox mode, which is right here. It's pretty much similar to the endless mode, but I'm gonna continue. Oh, I've been doing skirmish. Never mind. Oh, I named the save file skirmish. So I'm gonna show what I've been doing here. I'm gonna show a little bit of a gameplay, and then I'm kind of gonna wrap it up because this is it's a pretty well-known game. I'm not gonna lie. So this is what I've done. Actually, what I want to do is before I show you what the game is about, I want to show you what the sandbox mode game conditions cheats here. So I've enabled the no fog of war and the instant troop hire, pretty standard. But oops, you can actually do instant build, no requirements for construction and everything. So you can pretty much build whatever you want, however many times you want. You can build your own castle, you can create your own abomination, and then you can just have waves come at you, and you can choose to have waves come at you whenever you want. They take about 2 minutes, I believe, once you send the command, and then you can also edit the waves. So you can add, different waves here. You can have as many as you want. Obviously, I do not want to get decimated because this is going to be embarrassing. But then when you click this, you can actually select the amount of enemies that you have coming for the wave. You can have the difficulty and how many directions they come from, which is really cool. We're not going to do that because the whole focus point of this is to show what the game has to offer. So this is your main building. These are the houses. You have the population. You have the food. You have the wood, stone, and iron. And then you have these soul crystals that you pick up after you destroy an enemy camp. And what those allow you to do is to summon, which is the default spell right here. You can summon a 5 army Dark Knight, which they're really helpful when you're getting, decimated in the butthole by all the enemies that are going to be surrounding your base inevitably. Let's see, my army is right there. And then you have your resource buildings. You have your farm, you have your lumber mill, and then you have your stone mine and your iron mine. So there's a bug right now that I've already reported to the developers. There's a couple of buildings here that kind of, there used to be more buildings. I don't know what happened, but even though this building is operating as normal, the game does not seem to think so. And it says that the builders cannot, the workers cannot access the building. That's not the case. Obviously, it's working fine. These are my iron mines here outside of my base because I have mined all of the iron that is available to me at a close proximity. So that's kind of what I have to deal with right now. And I'm also kind of expanding by destroying the enemy camps here. So these guys have catapults. Have to be a little more careful. Yes, I do have the no fog of war and the no attacks coming at me. So I kind of have plenty of time to get ready. But even then, the game does provide a little bit of a challenge because the more time you waste building up your city and your resources, you realize that your army is lacking, and then you kind of focus on your army, and then your resources kind of run out. So you got School of Fish here, you have the berries as a food income, and you also have the farms. Eventually you want to graduate to just having farms. They do take 4 villagers, and the thing is that even though the berries do deplete over time, the bush will still be there unless you build over it, then it gets destroyed. And the School of Fish do disappear and they do not regenerate. So once that 90 food resource is out, then it is out. It's not coming back. Let's see if I can upgrade that. My town hall is on level 3 right now, which gives me free reign for all the buildings that I want to build. You have houses here. You got the fountain, which I can upgrade. So you don't have to plop down a whole new building. Let's say I do a tier 1 house here. I can just upgrade that to a tier 2 and a tier 3 house. That's pretty good. I don't believe that all games do that in this genre, so it's always nice to see. See here, I have my storage at a 2. This was full, so I'm upgrading it. It's pretty cool. I like that. And it's fairly challenging to get to Town Hall level 3. I honestly do not know if I have the capacity and the skills to actually do it while I'm getting decimated by attacks. It's already hard enough to kind of try to expand and get rid of the surrounding armies that are plaguing the area, preventing you from expanding any further. So if there was no fog of war, the way I usually go about it is I build a watchtower, because the watchtowers have a tremendous field of view that they can reveal and still be safe from enemy attacks. So let's say my fog of war stops right here. I build the watchtower here, and then it kind of shows me a fairly decent area, not gonna lie. And you have your wall upgrades. So this is a tier 2 wall, but you can go up to tier 3, and this is the wall right here. So obviously the higher tier you go, the more durable it's gonna be. You have your food resources. Actually, I can upgrade my farm, and I will do that. Why the hell not? Because I'm gonna build more of these guys, and this is the fountain that increases the capacity of the houses near it, which is pretty cool. See, there's another issue that it's the pathfinding that really I do not agree with. So I had to destroy the obelisk there, which gave me the spell, but I'm gonna build another one here in a second. These are the resource buildings, which is pretty cool. I can upgrade this bad boy to, wow, these are still level 1. That is crazy. I'm gonna upgrade these to the next level. The next episode. You have city development, which is your gravedigger and the hospital and the university. I have my gravedigger here. Any of these buildings that have to work in a certain area, you can just right click and it'll change the work area. So these are this is the lumber mill. I can just tell them to work there, or here. There's no more trees. There was a huge forest. What I actually need to do is put down a forester's cabin. I think I'm gonna do it here. Oh, that's an enemy camp there. I'm gonna do it here. Sure, this is nice. And then I'm gonna tell these guys to work in this area, which is pretty cool. And then I can change, obviously, the work area of this building. You can auto repair everything. If a wall or a building is destroyed, there's no rebuild option, so you do have to build another one. What I would like to see is that if the wall is destroyed, some rubble can stay there, and then it can also be automatically repaired, which would make things a lot easier for everybody. A lot easier. We got advanced production here. We got the workshop. We got stoneworks, and then we got ironworks. Let's see. The workshop, maximum number of workers by 2. By default, 20% of the resource extraction of the nearby buildings. That's nice. Stoneworks is an endless source of stone due to an advanced engineering solutions. Okay. I do have to research that, and I suppose it's going to have to be researched here, which is something I haven't gotten to yet. Let's see. Oh yeah, we're going to have the university. That's right. So university is going to be city development. University. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to put one down. Let's put it right here. I have plenty of resources to waste. No problem there. I got plenty of stone. And usually what I do with the plenty of stone that I have is open the market. I can give, let's see, 300, 288, 304 out of my 612 stone. I'm going to get 19 coins back. Not a lot, even though I also have the upgrade to get more out of it. You know, it's just stone. There's Definitely enough to go around, especially after I build the infinite one. I'm not gonna have to worry about expanding my horizons to get more out of there, which is pretty cool. What I really want to do is put the obelisk down, and I'm gonna put the tier 3 down. So I'm gonna put it right here. You do have to be mindful of pathfinding because it is an issue. I didn't really plan my city out very well, as you can see. It's pretty obvious that I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but don't judge me. I'm still new to this game. I have unlocked all the spells here. You got mass healing, you got the astral ray, which is terrifying, and then you have the meteor, which hopefully I get to test out here in one of these assholes, one of these camps. There's a catapult right here. Yep, it's gonna be great. Keep in mind that there is a cost to all of these upgrades, so you don't want to be doing them willy-nilly. Let's see. I need to build this immediately. This is being built, and once this is done, they're gonna go here, which is great. Are they gonna stop building this? No, they're not gonna stop building this, even though I told them that this is second priority, but it looks like if they've already started building something, then they can't stop. Let's see, research here. Wow, this takes 500 wood. That is pretty crazy. Hopefully these guys are gonna be able to build enough trees so that these guys don't have to go too far to get trees. Maybe I can build a second one. Who knows? Who knows? I wish you could add more cheats as you play the game, but the way that you would do the totally accurate battle simulator version of this game, I guess, is again, you kind of build whatever you want, and then you send all the units out, and they come attacking from all directions, and then you kind of test the waters to see what kind of defense works for what. So that's pretty much how you would learn. And then when the campaign starts, when all the rest of the campaign episodes release, you should be able to get through it because you've gathered all the experience. I'm going to fast forward. This is really, really good that you can do 4 times the speed, which is pretty nice. Still very, very slow process for this obelisk to be built, but we're not going to worry about that too much. I'm going to build a few more of these guys here, and I'm going to build some mounted knights, which is pretty dope. And I'm going to upgrade this, sure. I have some stone to sacrifice, but not too much. These guys are going to come this way. I'm going to take them here to my main base. Here it is, meteor. All right, let's put it to this normal speed. Actually, I'm going to wait for all these guys to get there. Let's see how this is going to look. The horses are pretty fast, so do be careful. All right, here we go. And I'm going to do this. Let's see if it takes out the entire area. Wow, that was diabolical. That just devastated them. That is crazy. And not only that, but I have so many crystals to pick up after destroying all those buildings. And it does take 10 soul crystals, and I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, I just made back at least one of the crystals that I used. So I'm not too mad about that. That's pretty clutch. And all these carts are resource carts, and I do have to make sure that I have enough space for all the resources, but that should be fine. This guy needs to start cutting trees here, I believe. So let's just do that. Gotta be careful with these guys here. Kind of want to try the astral ray, but I don't know how quickly it's gonna go through my my crystals. All right, that was pretty legit. Let's take the horses, go a little bit faster, pick up all the resources here, and that came out to a good payload. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna cheat. I don't care. There we go. Destroy them. Do my bidding, my minions. Okay, so honestly, this is pretty much what the game has to offer. So I'm going to turn back down here because I want to go and destroy this, and then I'm going to destroy this because they ran out of resources. And honestly, my next point would be to, research this and then build it so I can get more stone, because obviously I ran out of stone. I don't have any stone. And then there should be a building that gives you, let's see, stone, infinite iron. Oh, soul crystals. So there's no infinite wood. Technically there is, because this guy's going to be planting trees, so can't ask for too much. I want to save and do a big attack wave, but I'm going to blue ball everybody and not do that. So there you have it. This is Diplomacy's Not an Option. It's been in development for a couple of years now. Hopefully there's going to be a full release soon, because I do want to go through the campaign. So if the game fully releases and more significant content is added, I'm going to revisit it. Other than that, I think this should suffice. So hope you enjoyed it, and hope you found it useful, and hope to see you in the next one. Peace.